Oh, you beauty.
Well, they haven't so easy.
Well, as you can see, I've made a little bit of mess. I can't lock the engine in place with how it normally locks in place, so I'm gonna have to jerry-rig something up. That was fast! You were flying!
Welcome everyone, my name's Sage. I bought this boat for $1 and spent 2 weeks restoring it on the slipway, putting in a lot of hard work, blood, sweat and tears, learning a lot along the way. Now I'm living on the ocean, and have been for the past 2 years, sailing up the east coast of Australia, following the whale migration and adventuring into the reef, doing beach cleanups and making videos all along the way. If you're watching this video, hit the subscribe button, be part of the crew. Join me on this wild adventure of life. Life's worth living and protecting, and that's what I'm here to do.
Alright, heading over to harbour. Got my wet weather gear on. I'm gonna get my new engine today. Alright, coming into dock. Let the wind blow us on. Alright, well, we made it. That was relatively smooth. Just did a little U-turn in this section here and just let the wind drift us onto the dock. Just about to pick up the new engine.
Righto.
Yeah, mate, me too. Oh, you beauty. Check her out.
Keys. There, everything there.
Yeah.
It's a nice clean little engine, but when you actually see under the cover, you'll see really how clean it is.
Nice.
You right for a sec?
She's on board.
Oh, that's
Alright, there we go.
yeah.
Loosen it.
Yeah. Well, they haven't so easy.
Nice one.
Oh, good job,
Hey.
guys.
We're done.
Alright.
Is it alright to wipe my hands on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your business from now.
Beer o'clock?
No.
There she is. Well, as you can see, I've made a little bit of mess, but I've just put these metal brackets there. I've drilled them into the box here for support. Now I've got to run the cables for the gears, and I've got to run these wires here to the engine as well. And then hopefully it'll turn on and work. Alright, so I've rigged the gear and throttle cable down underneath the deck, down through here, popping out here, and I've attached it to the points down here. Red goes here, blue goes here. I'm really excited. Good morning. It is the next day, and I got 3.5 quarters of the way through the job yesterday, but I can't figure out which wire goes where, which is very unfortunate because it got so close. I even got to a stage yesterday where I turned the isolator switch on and the engine started to kick over, but then I turned it off straight away because it wasn't rigged up. The kill switch wasn't rigged up, so don't want to turn an engine on and not be able to turn it off. I'm not ashamed to ask for help, so I'm going to go and ask for some help. but I'm super happy with the engine. Super happy that it's the same size body as the 9.9, except it's 15 horsepower instead of 9.9. So it's got a bit more power. So I'm excited to see how that's going to work with trying to pivot on one spot, and also how much more speed Pearl will get, because I think top speed, no tide, flat water, both engines full accelerator last time was like 6.5 knots. So yeah, I wonder if it's going to be like 7.5 knots. That'd be awesome. I think we're going to stay in the marina one more night.
Okay, so I think yellow's choking. Yellow's primer.
You do have black on your face, but that's a good look.
Oh yeah, bit of dirty on my face, dirty on my hands. This guy called Danny just came down. He's outboard mechanic, and he had a little look at the wires, and it looks like the control stick, like for the throttle and the gears, is just a randomly paired control set for the motor. That the wires just don't link up. So I'm gonna have to get a Yamaha guy down here to rig up a new system for these controls and this motor, and just get it properly done first time. Anyway, that's a shame, because I thought this guy was gonna come along and go, oh, blah blah blah, there you go, put it there. But makes me feel a bit better about not knowing or being confused, because even someone who knows his stuff is like, nah, can't help you, got to get a Yamaha guy down here. In the meantime, I'll just work on the next video and play some music and overlay that and hang out and keep the place clean, and call in a Yamaha guy tomorrow to get this engine going properly.
That should jump a wire off the positive lead, and then really, and this one will have to go to that brown wire, and that should be pretty right. Sweet.
Hey man, if you want, you know, if your knees are hurting, just sit on that. The Yamaha guys just came round. They obviously know what they're doing. Happy days, because look. Oh, wait, hold on. The kill switch. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, yes, I figured it out. Look, the engine is not in neutral. There we go. All right. Test number 2. Got to use your brain sometimes, you know. Got to use your brain. Turns on, goes. Happy days. Only when it's in neutral. Just in case you didn't know. If you put the engine into gear and try to turn the engine on, you might look like an idiot, like just then. Just heading to the place where I found out where my engine blew up, and I'm going to go and salvage some parts off it, like the starter motor and the starter solenoid, and yeah, that piece that locks off the steering cables.
What do you guys have, YouTube or something?
I do, yeah. It's called The Mer and the Man. I bought a 31-foot catamaran, like a year and a half ago, and it was rot-ridden. So I restored it and brought it back to life, and been living on there ever since.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How's that going for you?
It's good, man. You know, I mean, nothing like things breaking.
Yeah.
But other than that, life's pretty amazing. It's the starter solenoid, this guy. These can bugger up sometimes, so that's a good little piece of equipment to have. And I'm also taking the starter motor off. Well, Andrew just came over and informed me that I've been pulling apart the wrong engine. This is not my engine.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Whoops.
So what are you doing now?
I'm putting it back together.
Putting that solenoid back on?
Yep.
Your engine, my love.
Well then. Alright, well I've found the correct engine now, and just restart that process. Alright, update. I went and dismantled my other engine. I pulled off, I'll show you my parts. I got the prop, I've got the alternator thingamajiggy, not the actual alternator, but he said this is most commonly the thing that's going to go wrong. I've got the starter solenoid, and I've got the starter motor here as well. And there was the other pin as well that goes in here. So now these are locked in place nice and tightly. But just as I thought everything was done, there's a final hurdle that will need to be crossed, and it's this. The fact that the engine's pivoting in place. And I asked the guy at the mechanics to like what to do to tighten it, and he showed me a nut that was underneath the engine, and I went to tighten it just now and the nut's not there, so I can't lock the engine in place with how it normally locks in place, so I'm gonna have to jerry rig something up just to lock it in place for now, or maybe if I do a good job it'll stay as the permanent thing, but at the moment I'm probably not going to use the engine right now until I get this jerry rigged up. We're sick of being in the harbour, so we're going to fill up the water and drop the last of the rubbish off, and there's a bit of a sprinkle coming in right now, but that's okay, we don't mind a bit of wet weather sailing. Just doing an engine check. Just temporarily having that rope there so we can just test out the engine and make sure it does what it's meant to do. Yeah, and it's working pretty good. I'm really happy with it actually. Look at all that water!
Look at all the water, so much water.
Pushing so much water!
Do we have a happy captain?
Yes. Alright, we're testing the max speed. We're at 7 knots right now. That was fast. We were flying. Alright, I think we can almost put the jib out now. It's good to test the motor though, because it's a new motor, that's what you do. Alright, we're sailing. Next episode is a compilation of my journey from Hervey Bay back to Brunswick Heads, which is my home port, and I just put all the best moments in one, so I hope you like it. We lost the chain over the side and the anchor. So make sure to tune in, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you then.